Hello, welcome to my cards for the week. Today is Monday, the 5th of April, 2021. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Deborah Jane Sutton. I'm an energy healer and mentor and a very passionate card reader. So this week we have only 3 cards come out. So I'm hoping I can do it a little bit quicker than I usually do, but I won't hold my breath on that one. But before we start, just to let you know, if you're enjoying this video, please can you like, share, subscribe, and also if it resonates with you in any way, please leave a comment. I absolutely love reading the comments, and it's really I want to say a big thank you to those that do comment because it is lovely. And the other thing, the other bit of admin is just to let you know that people are signing up now for my 6-week online Heal Yourself to Happiness course, which is starting at the end of April. I only have 6 places and people are already signing up. So if you want a place on that, I'll put the link below for the details about it. Plenty of testimonials from previous participants, so you don't have to take my word for it, but everyone seems to be really enjoying it and getting a lot out of it and learning to heal themselves and take back control over your own energy and those and helping those around you, so that you can actually release the trapped emotions and help those around you, your loved ones and what have you, in that way. So take a look at that if you're interested. It does include a heart wall healing and the soul profile reading, so it is fantastic value. But I'll let the testimonials on the website speak more about that. But just to let you know that there are only 6 places, so book now if you want to do that. So let's dive into the cards. Now, the first card out is the 2 of Wands. Now, 2s are always about decisions. And Wands are very much, they're the fire sign, but they're very much the practical sign of manifestations. I see them as the manifestations because you have like the little fruition on there. And he's got the whole world in his hands. And I think he's very symbolic of the fact that you are the whole universe in one human being. You know that Rumi quote that says, "You are not just a drop in the ocean, you're the whole ocean in one drop." And you're not just a human being in the universe, you're the whole universe in one human being. And I think that's relevant because you literally, when you understand that you are the creator of your own experience, you're literally creating absolutely everything that you're seeing in what you're calling your life. It's a holographic projection of your energy and what's inside, and you're choosing it, whether you know it or not. You're choosing it on your beliefs. What you believe is what you create. So it's really important to question your beliefs. And I think that's what he's doing. I also think he's looking out over the shores of the new earth. He knows that he has all the power to create what he wants. The universe is our playground. We came here to play and experience and express ourselves and have fun. So this is about making a decision. It's also, this card is also about seeking change. And who isn't seeking change at the moment? Okay, remember that change comes from within. Okay, because if you want to change something on the outside of you, remember, it's a holographic projection of you. So it's the energy within you that needs to change. And when I say the energy within you, it's very often a trapped emotion, a trapped negative emotion that's creating that negative scenario outside of you on the same frequency. We're talking frequency the whole time. Like Nikola Tesla says, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So the trapped emotions are on a certain frequency. If it's a negative emotion, it's a low frequency, and that's what's creating those scenarios in your life that are resonating with that emotion. So releasing your trapped emotions is priority, which is why that's what I do. That's what I help you learn to do for yourself and for others. on my course. So you can actually become your own energy healer for you and your family. But it's about the beliefs as well, not just the trapped emotions. Beliefs also are energy, and therefore they're resonating at a certain frequency. So if you have a belief that's low frequency, that you're not in control of your life, like you have to do something that you don't want to do, if you have a belief that things are dangerous or unsafe, or you're not worthy, you're not lovable, if you have any beliefs like this, they're going to be low frequency, and then that is going to create that reality for you. You are literally moving thought through you, through your belief, through your human vessel into the physical. Okay, so consciousness, your thoughts move energy into form, into matter, into your physical reality. So it all starts, if you want to change something in your physical reality, it all starts by changing it with your thoughts and your beliefs. And we get to choose beliefs. And the number of people that say to me, oh, but this is true, you can't argue with it. Well, yes, I can, because you're creating your reality through your beliefs. You're choosing to believe a belief that isn't serving you. Why would you choose to do that? It's not about whether the belief is true or not. It's because what is true changes as you raise your level of consciousness. As you raise your level of consciousness, what you believe to be true, the typical meme or whatever it is, where they're looking at a 6 from one direction. It's a 9. No, it's a 6. It's a 9. It's a 6. And then, or better still, the cylinder. You look at it one direction, it looks like a rectangle. You look at it another direction, it looks like a circle. It's a circle, it's a rectangle, it's a circle. And then you come out and look from a higher perspective, and you can see that they're both right, yet they're both a little bit wrong, because it's a cylinder. Okay, but they weren't wrong. This is not about right and wrong. This is not about good and bad or what have you. This is not about that. It's about looking at things from a higher perspective, so you can get the full picture. They were right and they were right. Yes, it is a 6. It's just upside down. Yes, it is a 9. It's just upside down. I mean, these are all flexible things. So that's what I think this is telling us this week. It's telling us to make decisions. There's a decision to be made. You're choosing now how to create the rest of your life. You're literally choosing now. The whole world is in your hands. He's looking out over New Earth. You're creating your reality. You choose wisely. Choose wisely. Choose the highest frequency belief. Choose the highest frequency thoughts. And certainly choose the highest frequency emotions, because all of that energy will get reflected back to you. And that's how we create the new earth. That's how we create the freedom, the love, the peace, the harmony, doing what we love, with people that we love, in places that we love. That's how we create it, okay? By creating it within and then seeing it manifest on the outside, okay? And I think it's a very important week now. The other thing I want to say with this card is the worst is over. I think the worst is definitely over, and it's all about how you choose decisions, how you choose to move forward. How you choose to move forward is totally up to you. If you're going to listen to your heart, your intuition, okay? Whether you're going to step into your own sovereignty and understand that you are the only person who can control your sovereignty, your energy. You can give that power away. You choose to give that power away. So stop choosing to give your power away. Step back into your power, your sovereign being, okay? And make decisions from your heart, not from what other people are telling you. So this is a card about positive outcomes through positive choices and positive action, an action that is in alignment with who you really are. That's choices and actions in alignment with what your heart is telling you, what you want to do, not what you think you have to do. If you're using the words we have to, I have to, we can't do this, we can, all that energy is contracting you and keeping you into a state of contraction. And it's all about expanding. The universe is expanding and we are expanding with it. And it's all about expanding your level of consciousness. So really, this card has come up first, I am sure, for you to really question everything you're doing. Is it serving you? More importantly, is it creating the future that you want for yourself? Is it creating the future that you want for yourself? Everything you're doing and everything you're choosing to do, how are you treating others? Everything you're doing, is it serving others? Is it serving you? Is it in the highest good of everyone? Because if it isn't, this card has come to remind you to just think, because karma exists, by the way. It's an energy thing. It's not personal. It's energetics. This is quantum manifestation. So you need to come from the heart. You need to think about what you're doing. Okay. So and the other thing about it too, of course, is it's the duality. There's a lot of duality, right? And this is massive at the moment. There's like duality everywhere we look. We've got the duality between, you've got the black, white, men, women, gay, straight, wearing masks, not wearing masks, believing this, not believing this. We've got the whole duality going on. And it's not about winning or fighting or, it's not about that. It's about rising above the duality. There is no right and wrong. It's about rising above the duality. Okay, until we can see the divinity within everyone, then we're not going to be able to access unity consciousness. Because unity consciousness or Christ consciousness, unity consciousness, it's, as the name suggests, unity. So if you're seeing division in others, if you're seeing opposing forces, it's a case of going within and doing whatever you have to do to make yourself feel good, to raise your frequency so that you can rise above the duality, rise above the division, and just see if you can find the divinity, see the divinity in everyone and in everything. If it takes practice, I would suggest you start in nature. Because when you go out into nature, I think it's much easier to see the divinity in the creation, to see creation all around you and to realize that you're part of all of that. That's powerful. So next card, we got the Ace of Pentacles. I love this now because aces are obviously new beginnings. Obviously, we've got new beginnings and there's opportunities coming in. Now, pentacles are traditionally financially orientated, but my interpretation is abundance. We're focusing on abundance. So we're not focusing on making loads and loads and loads of money at the detriment of our health and happiness. Okay, if you can make loads and loads and loads of money and be at your highest frequency of health and happiness, perfect, go and fill your boots with it. But all I'm saying is a lot of people have sold themselves short doing things that they don't love, and consequently their health has suffered for the purpose of making money. So obviously money's lovely and everybody needs money. It's not about that. It's about seeing it as energy. Everything is energy, including money, and including your happiness, including your health. Everything is focused on your energy. So I see this one as being new beginnings of abundance. And I think it's important because it's coming after this decision. If you're making the right decisions here, then these new beginnings are going to be manifested for you, very spiritually guided. And it's a beautiful new beginning. It's opportunities coming in for you to do what makes you feel abundant. And I want to stress here, this is not about loads of money coming in. This is about a feeling of abundance. So that would be a feeling of joy, a feeling of love, a feeling of peace, harmony, happiness, and inspiration. Inspiration's glorious, I think. Feeling inspired, and then also feeling secure and safe. Okay, but sometimes you have to go with the feeling first. You have to go with the feeling. Just to quote Sarah Landon, as I often do, galore, galore, I have everything I need and more. So if you're starting a new project and you can't see the financial security within it, but you're inspired to do it and it's making you happy, then go ahead and just fill your body with the galore, galore, I have everything I need and more. And feel that energy filling up every cell of your body. Because as I keep saying, your reality is 100% based on your frequency, the feeling that you have within you. So that's why we visualize. That's why we meditate. That's why daydreaming is often fantastic. That's why it's good to lose yourself in creative projects, dancing, swimming, jogging, whatever you want to do, just to lose yourself and enjoy yourself and go with the flow, because that's when your frequency is at its highest. And your future is dependent on your frequency. So whatever you do, whatever you're doing, just raise that frequency. So if you can just use an affirmation like that, and you can fill every cell of your body with the frequency of abundance, then you will see that manifested in your holographic projection that you're calling reality. So I hope that makes sense, because it's really important. It's a really important point. But this is the beginning of you being able to do that. This is the beginning of you being able to do that. So it's about grabbing the opportunities that are coming in for you now, because those opportunities, whether you can see it or not, they are going to carry you to greater abundance, which includes the happiness, the joy, the love, the freedom, and the financial security, the stability. Okay, so I hope that helped. Last one, and I love this one, the Queen of Swords. Now, this is amazing. She's very powerful and she's very logical. And this is a time, I think, to combine common sense. I keep talking about following your heart. Yes, of course, we're going to follow our heart, but we need to combine it with some common sense. So the mind, this is swords, it's air, it's the mental processes. So I see it as thoughts, beliefs, and ideas and things like that. But it is very fourth dimensional, because it's the mind level of our energy body. But the thing is, though, the mind obviously is a tool for us to use for our benefit. The mind is a tool for us to help our human create what we want to create. So we need to have a bit of logic, a bit of common sense. We need to have, some intellect. We need to have these skills. The problem is that the mind is also quite, it can be programmed. All our subconscious beliefs, our limiting subconscious beliefs from childhood, that we're not good enough, we're not worthy, we can't do something. Or you've got to struggle, you've got to work really hard to make your money. All these beliefs that we've been programmed to believe, and it's not serving us, but we've programmed our mind. So this card has come as a reminder to release those limiting beliefs, which, by the way, is something else that I share on my online course, how to actually release those limiting beliefs, how to identify them and release them, and to install positive ones. That's, really, really valuable healing. But that's what this card is about. It's about using the mind positively to plan and create things that are going to serve us, and to choose beliefs that are going to serve us. And you see the little butterfly here and the butterfly in her crown. I always think of this as being the transformation that occurs when you change the way you think about things. Because it's like Wayne Dyer said, change your thoughts, change your life. And you can just choose to think about things from a higher perspective, and it can completely change. I mean, a good example of this, and it happens a lot, I think, is if you think of an event that in the past where you felt a victim, and you might have forgiven the person, but you might still have some resentment, some despair, some regrets. You might have some trapped emotions relating to it. So every time you think about that person, you fill up with this resentment and bitterness and anger and maybe some other emotions like that. if you can just choose to believe, okay, you get to choose what serves you, right? But you know that that anger or resentment is not serving you, okay? It was Mark Twain that said, anger is like an acid. It does more damage to the vessel that carries it than anything you can pour it on. So it's not about, it's like the forgiveness, you know, it's not about forgiving other people. It's about releasing yourself from that anger, that resentment, and that bitterness, because there is only you, remember. And you're creating your whole reality through your emotions. So there are negative emotions that you want to release, otherwise you're going to be creating more of the same, right? So one way to look at it is to raise your perception of it, and I would say read Dolores Cannon and the 3 Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth, but if you don't want to read that anyway, just visualize or just think about the belief of we're all souls and we all chose to incarnate with the same people again and again, and we choose to help each other at a soul level to evolve and learn to love ourselves, to self-realize and to learn to love ourselves. That's basically the journey of evolution, right? So we choose to incarnate with the same people. Now, some people will help us by loving us and supporting us. And that's all lovely. And we love those people and they're around us and we know who they are, right? But we know, especially from the last year, we know that we grow spiritually, or we evolve more quickly through adversity. When things are tough, that's when we start digging deep into our spiritual reserves. And that's where we find that inner strength to evolve, okay? So some people, because they love us so much, they choose to incarnate into a being who's going to actually trigger you and cause some experience that you've been perceiving as negative for the purpose of waking you up, for the purpose of waking you up to the fact that you need to love yourself. So if you're in a relationship, for example, where you were not loved and you were not treated with respect, that's because you didn't have that self-love or respect for yourself, and it's getting reflected back to you, okay? And that's the biggest wake-up call. So when you look back at your life and you see all those situations that you perceived as negative, how many times have you gone, well, actually, it was a blessing in disguise? You know, very often we make our greatest spiritual leaps after a blessing in disguise. So actually, if you think about it from a soul level, you think they did that for me. They did that. They treated me like that so that I could learn to love myself, to kickstart me on my spiritual journey. And when you can look at it from that perspective, rather than that anger, bitterness, and resentment that's contracting you, you think, well, they did that for me. They did that for me so that I could grow and learn and love and learn from my mistakes and move on. And when you think that, wow, it helps you expand your heart into love and gratitude. And then you feel this love and gratitude for all those people that you thought have hurt you. And if you look at it from a soul perspective, they actually helped you. They were your greatest teachers. Okay, now I know that's a difficult one to get your head around, and there's always resistance when I say this, but when you get to that stage where you can see it like that, it's not about whether it's true or not. There is no right and wrong, there is only you. Would you choose to have anger, resentment, and bitterness within you, or do you choose to expand with greater love and gratitude? What do you choose? Surely the second one is preferable, regardless of what happened in the third dimensional physical world in the past. You know, you get to choose how you view that. You get to choose how you view that. And if you view it from a higher perspective, then you can expand into love and gratitude for every experience that you've had, all the ones that you've called bad and negative. You know, and then it turns everything into a blessing. Everything into a blessing. Just even thinking, life's a blessing. you see, you can just expand into a whole new part of you, a higher level of consciousness, a higher you. You can get closer and closer to your highest self, to source. So, and it all comes by changing the way you think, changing the way you look at things. That's how you can transform yourself and therefore your reality. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Yeah, because this card is about leadership and it's about taking control back over your own mind. And I always think that she's used this sword to cut all her ties to fear. I feel like she's got no fear. She understands that she's creating her own reality and she is choosing the beliefs and the thoughts that are going to pass through her choices and actions that's going to create the new earth, the reality that she chooses, where all the new beginnings and abundance lie. I mean, I actually think they're lovely cards. Only 3, I've still talked a long time, but powerful, powerful ones. This is about making the right choices and listening to your heart, but also listening to your common sense a little bit. She's very much common sense. You know, she's not the cups. The cups is very heart-based, which we are. You know, we're living in a heart-based way now, obviously. But she's more like common sense. A bit of logic is needed, but powerful cards. So it's all good. As long as we can make those right choices for us. There's no right and wrong. There's no right and wrong. There's no one else. That's what I'm trying to say. No one else can tell you what's right or wrong for you. No one. Only you. You're going to feel it within you. You're going to feel that frequency. Is it making you contract or is it making you expand? Just choose expansion. Choose expansion. That's how I'm going to leave it this week. Choose expansion. Lots of love to you all. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make a comment, like, share, subscribe, and all of that. And I look forward to speaking to you all next week. So lots of love. Bye for now.